spring of 1943. I was just 18 when my country said that she needed me.
Well, the voice and the music of Matt Fitzgibbons. Matt is a young man from Sherman, Connecticut. He has an album out called, they don't call them albums anymore, do they?
You know, I do. I guess it's generation as well. Sure, CD is fine.
CD fine. Patriot 2, a celebration of liberty. Matt, thanks so much for coming in and being with us on our program.
Thank you very much for having me.
Patriot 2, which is, as I say, it's all patriotic songs. Songs here like Freedom and I'll See You Again. The one you heard was called Remember the Americans. Matt, what motivated you to, by the way, Patriot 2, is this like the second one?
It is, that's right. The first album was called Patriot.
Patriot.
And they're not named for me, incidentally, but it's for all the men and women in our past and present who have and continue to fight for the principles that this country was founded on.
And I've read, I mean, you've got some terrific tributes here and accolades from a number of people here that, you know, have talked about the great, you know, the album and how well it was put together, and, you know, people, Oprah, I guess, and I mean, a lot of people have talked about this. So what got you into this business of thinking patriotism, thinking patriotic music?
I lived overseas for a couple of years, and I had a chance to teach international students in Manhattan for a few years as well. And I realized that while the United States is made up of people from all over the world and all of these different cultures, there's still something unique about us. And I came to the conclusion that it's really the principles in the Declaration of Independence, the Bill of Rights, our Constitution. That's what separates us from the rest of the world. And as I watched our nation become more and more divided politically, I thought, well, this is a great opportunity to use music as a tool to bring it all down to the basics and hopefully try to inspire people to take a couple of minutes and read at least the Declaration of Independence and the Bill of Rights for themselves.
Right.
You know, the principles are as easy to understand today as they were when they were written. So
CD #1, Patriot. How did that turn out? I mean, did you get good response to that?
I did, very good response. That's why I did the second one, actually.
Yeah, that's usually the motivator, right?
It was. I cut a couple of corners in some of the production on Patriot 1, though, too. You know, I'm doing just about everything myself. I've got a good friend, Jay Silverberg, rock nurse. He's a registered nurse, actually, who plays lead guitar on Patriot 2, and a good friend, Gene Cowerly, who plays lead on one track of Patriot 2 and all of the tracks on Patriot 1.
Right.
But other than that, it's all myself, from, you know, production to design, everything. I have a lot of hats to wear, so it took quite a while to do. But I'm looking forward to it.
Do you have your own studio out there in Sherman?
I do. Yeah, of course, modern equipment makes it a lot easier to do.
Yeah.
But after I do the recording, I then take it to professionals like Sonic House Post in Roxbury, and Golden Ears, just fantastic.
Yeah. How about a little bit about yourself now? You didn't just jump into doing patriotic music. You have done, you know, you've been obviously have worked in the industry. A little bit about your background. Well,
I've been writing music probably, I think, since I was about 15 or 16. I started playing drums. That was my first instrument when I was 2. And I wrote a lot of pieces, including something right after the Tiananmen Square massacre. And that was played on the Voice of America and many international stations, again, independently. But I got my degree in philosophy. And speaking with an Australian friend of mine in 2002, this conversation actually inspired me to merge these two passions. And so my goal with the music is really to try to stay out of individual partisan politics. I think that if people take a couple of minutes and read the Declaration and the Bill of Rights at least, they don't need anyone else's interpretation or perhaps intentional misinterpretation.
Right.
So,
right. Well, now do you go around the country kind of like promoting and so forth and doing what you can to kind of push the CD?
I am, and I spend a lot of time on the internet as well. The internet is a fantastic place where many more people are receptive to these notions of this being a republic, for example, as opposed to a democracy.
Right.
You know, that government's purpose is to protect individual rights and not necessarily protect individuals. Things like this. So the internet is kind of a different world, and it's a great way to disseminate information and multimedia today.
Now, Patriot 2 is available, obviously, at all the music stores?
No, not at all the music stores. At patriotmusic.com.
Oh, Patriot Music.
Yes.
That's how you get it. Great.
Right.
And how long has this been out now? Number 2 here.
Just about a year. I released it on Veterans Day.
Things going well for it.
It is very well. It's exciting. I love to get the letters and emails and things from people. You know, especially some of the stories I hear about how the music inspired them to take a minute and read, for example, the Bill of Rights themselves.
Well, you got it's super. I mean, it sounds terrific. I haven't heard Patriot 1, the first one, but I've heard.
I have a copy for you, by the way.
Well, I appreciate it.
Great.
Matt, thanks a lot for coming and being with us on our program. Good luck with this.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
That's it for this week. I'm Tom Monahan, and see you next Sunday on Connecticut Newsmakers.
Telegram came in the spring of 1943. I was just 18 when my country said